namely our platform business, which was named Estate Living. These are the details of our group and just some background in terms of the platform business that we created or came up with. So we came up with the idea of a multi-sided market platform which will connect residents of residential estates with various service providers in their area. We will do this through a network of vetted service providers who have a track record of delivering superior service at reasonable prices. Our platform business will reduce search costs by connecting residents with the service provider they require with minimal effort through our personalized application or web-based self-service platform. This will also benefit the service providers as they will be able to quote on projects in their areas in real time and without having to visit the site for an initial estimate. Payments will be facilitated through our application, taking the hassle out of following up on non-paying customers. All communication between the customer and the service provider will be stored in the cloud to ease any follow-up which might occur. This will decrease transaction costs for both customers as well as suppliers. Our channels will also include a rating system where customers can share their experience while dealing with a specific service provider to ensure that we can track the reliability and workmanship of our registered service providers. This will potentially decrease post-transaction costs. We will now discuss the business in more detail using the business model canvas and an organizational architecture analysis.
Hi, good evening, everyone. We're going to talk about customer segments first. This platform business has two customer segments, namely customers and service providers. On the demand side, we serve customers. The first type customers are the homeowners or the tenants. The homeowners and the tenants are the free users. They could shop around on the platform for services, especially for any emergency repairs at home. The platform provides reliable service providers. The second type are the managing agent, body corporate, and homeowners association. This category works similarly like the homeowners. They perform searches on our platform for the maintenance services for the common area. And also, we could provide insurance quote comparison services. And the last type under customers are the real estate agent, including the rental agent. The convenience and the reliable services provided for the unit could be a big selling point for the unit. And also for the rental unit, if the tenant reports any problem, the agent could just log in and choose the service provider. Then people come out and repair stuff. Easy and convenient for the agent. On the supply side, we also serve various service providers and advertisers. On the service providers, we put them in touch with the potential clients. And the advertisers, the bigger our clients pool the platform has, the more advertisers willing to play ads on our platform.
I will be taking you through value proposition. Value proposition is the pillar of an organization. It is the commitment to deliver excellent service to customers who have procured the product and services of that organization. The Estate Living platform presents residents a hassle-free product that allows them to simply procure service at the convenience of their fingertips with a peace of mind that quality service will be delivered by carefully selected service providers with a single point of accountability. Often unsatisfied customers go to the extreme of taking their grievances to the ombuds and sometimes television shows like Carte Blanche and Checkpoint when unethical service providers have promised service and disappear with the money after not delivering leaving customer with a hole in their pockets and uncompleted work. This becomes expensive as they have to hire somebody else to complete the job. Our platform gives the customer an end-to-end service where the supplier does not receive the money until the service is delivered with the precision. Estate Living platform will offer this value proposition. Residents will have access to a diverse off-the-shelf suite of service provider at a click of button. Residents will get a quote immediately and have the opportunity to benchmark the rates by requesting from more than one service provider. Turnaround time will be specified on that platform by the service provider, and should they abandon the project, no payment shall be collected. Residents, though reviews, will be able to make an informed decision based on that other residents have rated their experience with contracted service provider without having to endure the pain of going through the same bad service experience by somebody else. Strict vetting to check credit status, which will determine if a service provider has financial capacity to finish jobs, criminal records, which ensure the safety of residents, and accreditation status, which will determine if a service provider has the required skills and qualification to execute the work they have committed to. Payments will not be released to the service providers unless residents' customer is happy with the service. If there are snags, they will be able to take pictures and load into the platform. Payments will only be released once the resident is satisfied. Service provider will not be worried about payments either, as the platform will receive the monies before the job is done and release it hassle-free as soon as the job is done. Service provider will not have the burden of marketing and will have exclusivity to a community of residents that will always need the service they offer.
So the next one we're looking at are the channels. We will mainly focus on two channels of interaction between the service providers and the customers, with a possible third avenue of communication when we have gathered sufficient data through previous interactions. Our two main channels will be a personalized application and a website-based interface, which will be designed in such a way that it links service providers with residents in a specific area. The idea is that residents can follow a step-by-step guided process to select which type of service they require, upload photos of the area in which the service is required, and the application will send the information through to pre-approved service providers who render these specific services. An estimate of costs will then be uploaded by the service providers to our system, and this will be pushed to the resident. The resident will then immediately see previous ratings and reviews on these service providers. They can then select their preferred service provider and immediately pay, through our payment processor, a portion of their estimate to secure the services. The customer can then settle the outstanding amount through our platform once the service provider has issued them with a final cost invoice. We might want to later expand our channels to include chatbots for a more personalized approach. This will especially be helpful in dealing with elderly or less tech-savvy individuals, as the chatbots can take them through the process step by step.
Thank you. When it comes to customer relationships for our platform business, we will make use of influencers on social media as part of marketing to build rapport about the app and the services offered through the app. Utilizing social media means the cost is much cheaper with a wide reach as well. We will collaborate with users who have a huge following in order to engage about the benefits of the app and the services offered. This will also assist with visibility of live reviews and real-time experience through engagement. So engagement on social media will assist to play the role of social media advertising by creating awareness. We will gain insights on customer behavior and use that to maintain customer retention as well as to improve customer service. So our app will also have a reviews and rating system, which means customers will have visibility on functionality as well as the best experience of using the app and be able to track other reviews as well from different service providers listed. We will also be able to extract complaints and negative reviews as feedback to use it to improve the app and the services we're offering. We will be able to build and maintain relationships with our stakeholders as well as service providers listed on the app, as reviews also assist with boosting loyalty and referrals. We can create a seamless customer experience to users by promoting self-service. We will be able to monitor issues being experienced, whether it's technical issues or whether it's service related. We will also open up communication channels as much as possible by making use of chatbots through the app or clicking on a chat option for WhatsApp, as Christian has mentioned previously. Customers will also have the option of chatting via social media pages. We will also have a personal and interactive relationship with estate managers, employees, as well as service providers to ensure a mutually beneficial arrangement. We will leverage on the traction based on usage, engagement, and reviews about the app to build and maintain our relationship with our stakeholders by constantly providing feedback on the current trends seen in customer feedback to improve and retain customer loyalty.
So when we look at revenue streams, we see that our business will initially earn income from 3 revenue streams: Firstly, monthly subscription fees paid by the service providers listed on our platform. Secondly, transactional fees on payments made through our secure payment processor. And thirdly, advertising on our channels. We will provide access to the application and website free of charge to residents from registered residential estates. By using these three revenue streams, we will ensure that we have sustained regular income through the subscription fees, small margin and high volume income through the payment management stream, and a supplementary income through advertising. All of these will ensure overall financial stability within our platform business.
The key resources identified play a crucial role in creating Estate Living's platform's value proposition, as well as delivering a service to our customer segments and supporting customer relationships. For the Estate Living platform to operate and be able to deliver maximum value, a network of dependable service providers from all sectors and from different geographic locations where the service is available is a prerequisite. These can be in the form of companies or individuals who list their services on the platform. Homeowners or tenants are also a key part of the ecosystem because they are the customers who will use the platform to connect to trusted, verified, and dependable service providers. Another key component of the platform is the data captured. Its secure storage in the cloud, as well as its use for analytic purposes like recommendations and suggesting better matches, becomes of utmost importance. To run the app in real time, users will require access to consistent and high quality internet connectivity. These are the key resources for Estate Living. I'll now hand over to Diseto, who will discuss key activities.
At this stage, focus is on the key steps that the Estate Living platform would follow to deliver value to and through its channels and customers, while monitoring its CVPs and revenue streams. According to BBC 2022, targeted marketing leads to customer satisfaction, and according to Indeed, this can lead to quality leads. Deloitte further indicates that big data makes it possible to analyze shopper behavior and customize delivery of the offering to individuals' requirements. Customer experience and satisfaction surveys are essential for customer feedback and retention. And according to Deloitte, AI and cognitive modeling have enabled businesses to optimize customers' shopping experience, thereby enhancing customer satisfaction and loyalty. Systems like interactive online videos and virtual reality, as well as augmented reality technology, can be used to enhance the customer experience. Social media presence with attended bots can be used to screen communications with the market. Customer needs analysis is essential to ensuring customer satisfaction and efficiency of marketing expenditure. AI and big data would help assess and recommend products that fit the customer. IoT would gather information on the buyer's behavior while AI analyzes it and provides recommendations to the customer. RPA would be used to draw up and complete contracts between partners and customers where necessary. AI would perform data analytics and cognitive modeling on data stored securely on the cloud when enable provision of real-time reports to customers, partners, business managers, and shareholders. Online payments would further enable customers to transact with the service providers. Cybersecurity and governance will ensure that business information and systems are secured, while governance would ensure that the proper controls are in place to protect sensitive business information. And from here, I'll hand it over to key partners.
As with anything, it is important to ensure that in building and scaling Estate Living, we're partnered with stakeholders who are relevant and will indeed be key in enhancing the growth of the platform. To this end, we have identified 5 primary and 3 secondary partners, the difference between the two being that our primary partners are considered strategic allies. In other words, they help us maintain a competitive position, while our secondary partners enable us to offer value-added services. Our primary partners are made out of service providers, who are the individuals and small companies that are onboarded onto the platform and are responsible for carrying out the jobs that are requested on the platform. Estate management, which is the umbrella term we use to describe the bodies that make decisions on behalf of the entire estate. This could come in the form of homeowners associations, body corporates, and even estate developers. Landlords, who will be the main drivers of our word-of-mouth advertising as they recommend the platform to tenants or otherwise make use of the platform themselves to maintain their rental properties. Tenants, who will be our main users of the platform and thus the main source of the feedback that we will receive to improve the platform. And finally, investors, who will not only act as stable providers of funding and other material resources, but also as advisors to our startup. Our secondary partners are made out of payment processors such as PayFast and Ozo, whose partnership will ensure quick resolution to payment-related issues and financial training for our service providers. Verification agencies, who will assist us in seamlessly onboarding new service providers in line with our value proposition of providing vetted and trusted service providers, as well as insurance companies who will be assisting us with ensuring against shoddy workmanship and thus providing peace of mind to our users, again, in line with our value proposition.
In cost structure, we examine the types of expenditures we will incur with a focus on the more significant costs. We start with CapEx, that is, money used for fixed assets, typically once-off, periodical, or based on a growth requirement within the business. One of these is a decision on the type of hardware or software to employ. Computer and office equipment will be required to enable the team to work. Depending on the type and size of investment required in software, this can be considered part of CapEx. While we have in-house developers, it may be of benefit to outsource other specialist systems such as SysPro that offer API integration that will connect our platform to theirs. Second is data storage. Shared resources offer reduced costs and scalability, as opposed to big investment in internal servers or data centers. A combination of multiple cloud service providers could be utilized based on each requirement of the business. And then lastly, we need to consider acquisition of offices versus leasing. Though acquisition can provide the opportunity to leverage on an asset which will appreciate over time, leasing has its own benefits as we get to keep our initial cost base lower and are not restricted to one location. Next up on the cost structure is OPEX. So these are typically funds for day-to-day business or ongoing activities. Most significant of these costs are: one, R&D costs that form part of our continuous development. We need to consistently find ways to service our customers better, and this means understanding them better. Research of customer needs through analysis of our own data. Sourcing of industry data will be sourced through big data from available external resources. Investments into AI technologies is a key activity, and use of machine learning is a must for the platform. Secondly, will be salaries, perhaps one of the biggest costs in most organizations. The below are the most critical components we'll need to have in-house. One, software developers. We need to build a strong team of web and app developers that deliver effective and quality agile projects. Two, sales and marketing. This includes active, highly experienced personnel who travel and engage potential service providers and collaboration partners, such as property developers and channel partners in growing our sales base. Marketing will be employed at a large scale to grow our reach. This can be done through digital platforms or activations at residential estates. Social media content management forms part of these digital marketing initiatives. And then lastly, in OPEX is vetting of all service providers. Compulsory for all prospective service providers, and it needs to ensure that all approved service providers meet stringent security and check, that's namely your safety, health, environment, and quality standards. An external company will be used for this, and the cost could be fully passed on to the service providers as a once-off fee, or partially subsidized by the platform, should we employ a subscription payment model.
Thank you. We look at organizational architecture and how we can incorporate it into our platform business. So this consists of culture. Under culture, we have values, management style, as well as language. In our values, our business will display integrity in our dealings. Our employees will be treated with respect and allowed to show their creativity and resilience in their everyday workings. We will strive to achieve customer satisfaction on both ends of our business where everybody feels appreciated. Management styles, we will therefore use a combination of authoritative, collaborative, and transformational management styles, with our final decisions resting with top management, although regional managers and staff will have input into these decisions. Our language, we will mainly be using English, and our employees will always ensure that they use language that shows intent and the willingness to assist. Any negative or dismissive language will not be tolerated when dealing with other staff or customers alike. Christian, can you take us through structures and systems and see how we can incorporate it into our platform business?
Sure. So if we look at structures or systems, we will basically have only internal structures and systems within this business. Our work group and work design, if we look at that, our structure will consist of top management, regional managers, and staff, where regional managers will work with staff on a day-to-day basis and report to top management on their performance. In the performance management section, key performance indicators, or KPIs, will be established for each employee, and they will be monitored on an ongoing basis to ensure that they meet these standards. We will also have a reward system in place, where rewards will be based on targets met, customer satisfaction, peer reviews, as well as innovation and creativity contribution. If we look at the competencies, we first look at knowledge. Our employees must be knowledgeable in service delivery and all that is involved in this process. The skills that they need to have is that employees must have high proficiency in the use of technology and the trends in application development. They must further have great interpersonal skills as they will be dealing with customers on a daily basis. If we look at aptitudes, our employees must have a drive to perform without being micromanaged. They must be willing to explore different pathways to find solutions that best fit our customers' needs. And in terms of experience, our staff must have prior experience in service delivery and management of customer service. They must also be able to manage budgets and daily expenditure. On the technology front, we would take a look at digital technologies. We will actively make use of various digital technologies to enhance our customer experience and service delivery. We will mainly use Internet of Things to gather data and big data to improve individual customer experiences. We're not really going to discuss processes from this point onwards, as we've already integrated that within our business model canvas, together with other points within the organizational architecture that was discussed already. I hope that this has given you an overview of our platform business, the feasibility thereof, the viability thereof, as well as all the systems that we've actually thought of in this process. Thank you.